Hey YouTube, Red Baron here, and what I'd like to discuss with you today is some helpful tips for studying for the ASVAB. I'm sure you've gone around online and everyone always just talks about ASVAB for Dummies. I'm not discrediting it, I'm going to discredit it. It is a very helpful tool, but there are other avenues that will help you. I'm just going to discuss one site and two phone apps. All right, the first site, or the site I'm going to mention, is military.com. It's a very helpful site. It helped me out a lot. They have the 3 quizzes, three tests, and they are timed. And let's just say when you do the test questions, it's extremely long. You will end up pausing it, going downstairs, getting yourself something to eat. You'll come back up again, you'll do a few other questions, and as soon as you make it past like one of the parts, let's say general science or even word knowledge, you are going to get bored. You're going to start, you may lose patience, but bear with. Alright, the very first app I'd like to discuss is called ASVAB Practice Test. And let's just say this one helped out a lot. There'll be like let's say you choose your source, and let's say it's general science. There'll be a spot where they're going to ask how many questions you would like. I would highly suggest typing in 99, and you'll get just the max amount that they have available. You type in 99, you might get 88. Who knows? And one thing I'm going to tell you that you need to do is you need to disengage the screen rotation, because I was doing it and I got the question, let's say 40 or 50. And I turned my screen and then hurried up and flipped it back and moved me right back to test question 1. Let's just say I wanted to throw the phone out the window. I was pissed. And it will also once you complete, it will tell you how many you got wrong, and over time it will keep a log on how you've done, like when you've continuously gone back and done them again. And the second one is ASVAB. That's it. What you're going to encounter is the icon. It's going to be like just a green helmet. We'll say ASVAB underneath it. And these 2 apps that I'm recommending, they are free. There are ones on there they're going to charge you. They may charge you, but I wouldn't even bother. Because these two apps, they are good. But the last app I mentioned, it does have pop-ups. So if you can handle that, then great. Because some of the questions you're going to encounter on the second site that I mentioned is called ASVAB, a lot of the questions are similar that you may find on the ASVAB practice test. So, and what I'm going to tell you is, don't try to memorize. Like when you're going to go take the test, don't be like, okay, I'm gonna memorize all these general science question tests or test questions and word knowledge, and I'm gonna know exact. I got this. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna tell you this. It's not the exact same questions that are on the test. Pretty much what you get on the ASVAB for Dummies and these other site, the one site and the 2 apps that I recommended, they're previous test questions that were once on the ASVAB. Will you encounter them? Who knows? Yeah, they're all different that you take. I'm not sure if they're just different for the region or they just change them up each year. Just don't waste your time and try to memorize them, because you're just wasting your time. But I will say, for the math, pay attention to the formulas You're not going to get the same questions, but they're on. You're going to get some of the formulas are going to be similar. You may run across certain formulas that may be on there, but I would highly suggest paying attention to those formulas, and you'll do fine on it. The math gets everybody. And if you want, and even like these other on the site and everything, they do there's some tips that you may find let's say you do the mechanic area, and you run across let's say a sprocket. Well, obviously, if one is turning in a clockwise rotation, the second one is going to be counterclockwise, and the third one is going to be clockwise. Just think clockwise, not clockwise, or counterclockwise, clockwise. And just keep that in mind. So, what else can we go over here? I will just say that this is my very first YouTube video that I've made. So, don't expect it to be the best. Maybe over time, once I start getting more comfortable with recording myself, because I'm not comfortable with it. But, I'm just doing my best right now. So, alright, I will make some future videos, and I will talk about what your MOS job title, your job that you're trying to aim after, and there's a site I like to bring up that talks about, let's say you go into infantry, for example. Well, you're not just going to be, there are jobs within infantry. You're just not going to be running around with a gun and that's all you're doing. There are special jobs within that job. And I will bring up the site. Yeah. Alright, well, that's it, and I hope it was enough information. I'm sure you can look around online and you may run across some other videos that other people may recommend, that might recommend some helpful tips, but I looked around and I didn't hear anybody bring up what I discussed with you today. So I hope this video helped you out, and just subscribe if you feel inclined. Leave some comments below, and I'll try to respond to them.